For most people, being a teenager means struggling for acceptance and independence, and for some it also means working for change. For the past 20 years, young women from Boston have pursued those goals in a program of journalism, mentoring, and leadership development known as Teen Voices. The program helps sharpen critical thinking about the media. The students also develop skills for defining themselves, but having that definition better understood through their work. A celebration of the first 20 years of Teen Voices will take place with an event April 14th. Joining us from Teen Voices are the Executive Director, Jenny Amory, and peer leader from Boston Latin School, Bria Gadsen. Thank you both very much for being with us.
Thank you.
I want to start with some history from Jenny. What got this started way back 20 years ago?
Well, two young women were really interested in providing an alternative to teen girls at that time, and they actually developed, at that time, the first magazine, but it was in a newspaper form, black and white.
A no-nonsense publication, at least by the graphic standards of the 21st century.
And so for the past 20 years, this is our new look. We have not only created the print magazine, but also an online version. So the needs are very similar. Bria and I were looking at the earliest newspaper and saw that some of the issues around safety for girls, teen pregnancy, all kinds of things were very similar to today.
Now, when you talk about an option as opposed to what else?
Well, Teen Voices is a journalism mentoring program right here in Boston, and the unique thing about it is that we get writing from girls all around the world, and teen girls from the Boston Public Schools apply. It's a job readiness program, and we teach them a variety of skills from writing and editing to leadership skills. And they are hired as teen editors, and they then go on and edit material from girls around the world with their volunteer college mentors and create features for the print and online magazine. So it's a very unique program that's local but also has an international impact.
Bria Gadsen, tell me how you got started with Teen Voices.
Well, I first looked it up on Google, and so I was interested in writing. I have always been, and so I applied online, and my first month was October 2009, and I worked as a teen editor for 2.5 months, and then I applied to become a peer leader, and I have been working as a peer leader ever since.
Now, back when I was at Latin School, they had opportunities for young writers as well. So what made you gravitate toward this one?
Because this one was for all girls, so it was a chance for girls to bond and not necessarily have to feel like they had to fit in because guys would be around. So it was a chance for us to be ourselves, and also because not only is it a writing journalism program, but it's also a job training program. So they teach us job training skills so that when we grow up and have to apply for real jobs, we know what to do.
When you talk about when guys are around, you know, I mean, right now I'm old enough where I think of you know, women as being enormously talented as writers, maybe more so than men on average. But talk about how inhibiting it can be when you've got these teenage guys around.
Well, basically, because, you know, average teenagers, when they're around guys, like, they usually act different because of just their personalities. So I feel like when it's all girls, we're able to share that common bond, and we're able to share our ideas and reflect with each other without having to worry about the gender inequalities.
Now, you wrote about sex trafficking.
Yes.
Not a kind of thing you'd expect to be an everyday problem for kids in your high schools. So what made you choose that?
Well, Teen Voices actually comes up with a topic, and we are assigned to it, but I chose it when I filled out my sheet of my preferences because I felt like it was an interesting topic. Like, not a lot of teen girls or teen guys know about it, and even adults don't really know like the specifics about it and where it happens. And one thing I learned is that it happens in the United States.
Coming back to Jenny, it seems here one of the things about Teen Voices is not just have kids be absorbed in themselves and what is familiar to them. You're trying to push the envelope.
Exactly, and one of the things that we like to do, Chris, is have them look at mainstream advertising and critique it to look at what are often very negative messages for girls and women. And so that's one of our features in the magazine, is called Say What. And so then girls get to learn critical thinking as well as specific skills.
I see you also, in the topics you choose, you look at young women who are not just writing, but you're looking at things that they're doing. I remember coming across some writing about a young woman who was teaching a self-defense course for girls in the inner city.
Yeah, and that's what makes it so unique, is because it's still the only alternative print magazine by and for girls in the country. And the reason why it's so unique is it's actually girls' voices talking about the issues that they care most about. So you're right, the topics range from everything self-defense, as you mentioned, to learning how to write a college essay, to sex trafficking, like the article that Bria wrote.
So Bria, where do you see this taking you in the future? I mean, I could see you either as a prosecutor or going in the health field or just being a writer. So what would you like to do?
Well, I would like to go into the health career path, but I mean, I never really thought about pursuing a career in journalism. But this past Friday, about 4 Boston Globe journalists came to Teen Voices, and they spoke about their experiences as journalists. And I realized that it would be a fun career to speak out against something. Like one lady, she's a reporter for the Boston Celtics, and I love the Boston Celtics. So, you know, I feel like I can turn my passions into writing for whatever. So.
But I imagine that the skills involved in gathering information, asking questions, that can help you if you become a physician or a nurse, right?
Yes, it could always help me. Like if I have to interview patients on what were their past medical problems or whatever, I have learned specific interviewing skills to take me into the real world, whether it may be at a job interview or just interviewing a person on a regular day.
Jenny, tell me about the event coming up April 14th, because you're going to have I guess maybe a former teen role model who's grown up to be a national figure, right?
Yes, on April 14th, we're having Donna Brazil speak. We're very excited. And we will also have our peer leaders do a presentation and performance as well. And this is really a special year because we're celebrating 20 years of our print magazine, and teenvoices.com is our website. And if you wanted to get more information on Amplify, it's teenvoices.com/amplify. But we've been told that it is one of the most diverse and intergenerational events in Boston. It's lots of fun. It's going to be at Hotel Marlowe. And it's just a great event. And for adults who are interested in supporting the work of Teen Voices, we encourage you to come. For teen girls who are interested in learning more, we hope they come to our website at teenvoices.com, submit articles. We want to hear from girls all over Boston, all around the world, so that the girls in Boston can have some material to edit.
All right, thank you very much, Jenny Amory and Bria Gadsen from Teen Voices. And up ahead we'll have sports with Pat Flaherty.